Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Litra Z School Jhansi. Students, we are pursuing 5th chapter of Business Studies of class 11th, and the name of the chapter is Emerging Modes of E-Business. In my previous lecture, we have discussed scope of E-Business and benefits of E-Business. Today, we are going to discuss the difference between E-Business and traditional business. What is the comparison or differences between E-Business and traditional business? In below this, I have mentioned basis of difference on which we are going to distinguish between E-Business and traditional business. So students, starting with formation. So it is very easy to start E-Business and no much costly asset are required. But it is very difficult to start a traditional business. Second is personal touch. In e-business, you have not personal touch or interaction with customers or clients. But in traditional business, there is personal touch, especially in sole proprietor and partnership forms of business. Third is setting up of cost. To set up e-business requires very less or minimum or low cost. But to set traditional business, it requires high setting up cost. Now, operating cost. E-business require very less operating cost. But in traditional business, the operating cost of business is very much or too much high, and it is very high comparing to e-business. Now, physical examination of goods, that is simple. In e-business, you cannot see physically, personally, the goods which are being sold to you. But in traditional business, merchant gives you the sample and ask you to examine it. You have full chances to verify it or to see it properly. Now, ease of expansion. Through e-business, internet has no geographical boundaries. You can easily expand your business beyond the territories of the country also. But in traditional business, there is various legal formalities which you have to do, and you have to take permission and sanction for expansion of your business or diversification of your business. Human resources. What type of human resources you required in e-business and traditional business? So in e-business, you require technically qualified and IT professional human resources so that you can easily do internet operations. Whereas in traditional business, you require semi-skilled or skilled labor to manage the traditional business. Now talking about the risk, involvement of risk. In e-business, there is high degree of risk because there is no direct contact between the parties, that is buyer and seller. Whereas in traditional business, involvement of risk is less comparing to e-business because parties have personal interaction, they have met and they have faith in each of them. Now, channels of distribution. Channel of distribution is also known as supply chain management, which means how goods moves from producer to the consumer. In between them, there is stockist, wholesaler and retailer. So in e-business, no distribution channel used as producer prefer to sell goods directly to the customer. As we all know that in e-business, there is no distribution channel between producer and consumer. But in traditional business, there are stockists, retailers, wholesaler and also various type of middlemen who are associated with distribution channel. The last point is length of the business cycle. In e-business, the length of business cycle is very short because various processes can be carried out simultaneously. But talking to traditional business, the length of business cycle is too long because one process is carried out at one time. For example, first you do purchase and then production is started, and after then you can sell your finished or prepared goods to the customer. So the length of business cycle in traditional business is longer. So students, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.